Welcome to Tuttle Talk, a part of the Real Estate Radio Network. And now, live in studio, offering you a fresh perspective. He's your local real estate and finance expert. He's part of the Common Sense Party, and he's committed to teaching you how to win in any market. Your host, Andy Tuttle.
Good afternoon and welcome to Tuttle Talk on the Real Estate Radio Network, where we teach you what the rich and the banks do, not what they tell you to do, and where we dispel the misconceptions of financial wellness and the local real estate market and show you how following a few key principles really can free you up to focus on the other important areas of your life, like your friends, your family, and the community. Every Sunday, 3 p.m. right here on 660 AM The Answer. I am your host, Andy Tuttle. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to get to Nick Good here, and he is a fantastic agent. He's been in this for 8 years. He's done remarkable work in that 8 years, more than most agents that have been in here 25, 30 years or more. He's got a great team, and he's going to share some insight on what's going on in the marketplace, and as a part of this show, give you the tips on if you're a buyer, if you're a seller, if you're looking to do it, what are some tips that you need to know that are relevant and matter right now, today, not 5 years ago, not even 6 months ago, but what is appropriate today. But first, I got to get to the headlines. A couple of headlines I think are important for you to know. If you're a veteran and you're in a home and you're upside down in that home, in the last 6 months or so, there's been some restrictions imposed on you where even if you're in a VA loan now, you've got to get another appraisal where you used to not have to. Well, now you can be upside down and still have a chance to get a new VA loan without having to credit qualify and save money on that. So in other words, let's say you owe $200,000 on your home, but your home is only worth $185,000. You can still look at restructuring your financing and getting that loan. That's a big deal. So if you owe more than your home is worth and you want to check that out and you're a veteran, or you actually still, for you guys that are in the Fannie Mae loans, the HARP program, you can be upside down on that home as well and still save money, get loan rates in the 3% range. I mean, are you kidding me? This is the time. You got to look at calling 214-736-9696. Free call, free consultation, free copy of your credit report with tips on how to improve it, and an analysis that'll show you your freedom point and make sure that you know your savings opportunity and how much money that can save you over time. So call us 214-736-9696, and we'll get someone to take care of you. Mr. Nick Good, welcome to Tuttle Talk, man.
Thanks for having me.
You bet, my pleasure. You've been waiting there, chomping at the bit, just trying to kick Matt out of the way to get some room in this studio so you could get on the mic because he was just yapping. And now you're finally on the show, and I'm so happy for you to be here. You've been in the game here you've been at the game for 8 years, right?
Correct.
So how did you get started?
So I was in college. There was an ad for a real estate assistant position, and I said, that seems easy. In college, paid well. Went ahead and did that, saw how much money they were making at that time, said I could do that, run a better system, and, took the job. And then after I graduated college, I started full-time as an assistant or as a full-time agent and stayed with them for a little while and then went over to Keller Williams in 2007.
So you've had some remarkable success at Keller Williams, which is a great company, and you've built a little bit of a team there, correct?
Correct. We have a team of 8. So
it's a big team.
It's myself and my business partner, who is my brother, Austin. We have a full-time admin, a full-time marketing person, as well as 3 buyer specialists. So their sole responsibility is working with buyers to make sure they get in the home that they're looking for.
So from my seat, the reason that seems critical to me is that they're not distracted with the next seller they got to go meet.
Correct.
Is that why you built it that way?
Absolutely. Their sole responsibility is to make sure that they are finding the buyer's home. They're working on their schedule. So if you were to work with me, my schedule fills up really quick. And if we're missing out on a home because I was out on an appointment meeting with a seller, he'd probably be upset with me.
Correct.
So their responsibility is to make sure they get you in that home right away. This market is a changing market. So they also make sure that in 6 months, you're not going to call us yelling at us because we got you into a money pit. So, they help out. They'll get the inspections. They'll help you, go over what are the main items and what they should ask for in repairs and make sure that you're just not overpaying for a house.
That's a big deal right now because we have gone into the seller's market, and I do want to get into that. But first, when you talk about the team and why you created it as a team-oriented, and it is team-oriented, you've got everybody as a specialist, and you've created this system, and I know you have done that to serve the client better, and you've seen a lot of success there. And I know you've seen it all over DFW, but you're specifically focused really in Collin County, right?
Correct.
So what areas are the hottest right now in Collin County?
Frisco's really hot. Allen and McKinney, and then of course Plano. Plano's been good for a while now.
It has. So what makes those areas? Why do they stand out?
Really, it's the school system is a big one. The infrastructure in terms of what, in Allen, they just built the shops. You have a ton of shopping, ton of eateries. There's, schools and the $60 million stadium in Allen. So that hit the news all over. Highways close to everything. So you can jump onto 75, you can jump on the toll road, jump onto 121. So, infrastructure is really big on that.
Yeah, that's true. You have a lot of access in and out of there. That $60 million stadium, too, that doesn't just serve Allen, right? That serves, doesn't it? Do some other cities use that? Do we even know? I mean, my goodness, it's so crazy. I don't even know. You could play professional ball in that stadium. Goodness gracious. So, buyers in Collin County, and I know it's really everywhere right now, but part of this show is about giving tips to buyers and to sellers on how they can make sure they're making the right decisions based on what the market is doing. And we've seen this market go from a very buyer-friendly market, the low-ball offers accepted and pushing sellers around, to the complete opposite. What's happened, and what does the thinking of the buyer need to change to profit?
So what we're preparing our buyers for right now is a couple of items. One is they may have to go over list price. Doesn't mean they're overpaying. Remember, an appraisal only lasts 6 months, and this market is appreciating. So with that, it doesn't mean you're overpaying for a house. The other items are asking for a higher down payment that makes you a stronger candidate for a buyer, because cash is king. So when a homeowner's comparing two of the same offers and one has less money and one has more, a lot of times they will go with the higher down payment because they feel like that's a stronger candidate. Putting down less of an option period. So typically what we see for an option period is where a buyer can terminate at any time is 10 days. Now we're seeing that from anywhere from 4 to 7 days.
So real quick, before you go into that option period, would you describe what an option period is?
An option period it's kind of a due diligence period. That's the best way. You do your inspections. You can negotiate repairs. If the wind blows wrong and you just want to terminate, all you lose is your option money that you had paid for that.
Which is typically what?
Right now, normally it's around $100. Right now, we're seeing that. I'm seeing agents writing $250. Our agents are putting $250 for that.
Okay, but still, which is great in this market. It's smart. So they lose that versus their earnest money, which could be how much more?
Anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 to $3,000.
So it's a very smart idea. The option is a great option to use if you're a buyer.
Absolutely.
Great. So that's okay. So go ahead.
So for buyers, it's really making it a strong offer for a seller, because sellers right now, they have a lot to choose from. So, and there's not a lot of homes for sale. In Collin County, I believe last time I looked, it was around 1.8 months or 2 months of inventory, which means that if no more homes came on the market, it would take only 2 months to sell everything available. So we're seeing homes getting multiple offers within hours of going on the market. It's a crazy time right now.
I've heard that there's even been multiple offers before it even comes on the market.
We've had a few of those.
So how does that even happen?
Well, what we do, and this is a benefit that we offer our sellers, is we do our pre-marketing. So we'll put the sign out there. We'll go ahead and put some flyers. We'll put our 1-800 call capture number on it and start marketing it to buyers and agents before it goes on. And a lot of times that's where we can get in multiple offer situations, and we can drive up price a little bit. A homeowner's happy when they start getting offers before it goes on. We're doing our job right.
You are, and you do your job right all the time in all kinds of areas. Guys, here's the deal, and I say guys and girls, I say it lovingly, both, gang, if you will. It is so critical that you have, especially in a fast-moving market and a volatile market, because you're not just talking about the home prices now, you're also talking about rates. When can you get that contract? How does it time out with what's going on? You need to be able to be in a position to lock and move quickly. You got to have a team that understands systems. Nick Good is that team. If you're curious about getting into the market and looking to buy, or you have a home that you've thought about putting on the market but maybe have waited and you want to have a conversation with a true professional and a team that can, no matter what's going on, day or night, they can take care of you and have a system to do that, call us 214 214-736-9696. 214-736-9696. We'll introduce you to Nick. You guys can have a casual conversation about how he can help you. I'd love to do that, and would love to know that Nick can take care of you, and we'll take care of you. When we come back here on Tuttle Talk, we're going to talk a little bit more with Nick about some tips for you sellers out there. So stay with us. Welcome back, Dallas. You're listening to Tuttle Talk here on the Real Estate Radio Network. I am your host, Andy Tuttle, here in the great state of Texas. Remember, you can call us 214-736-9696. 214-736-9696. It's an off-air number. You won't be surprised by coming on air, but you can get your questions answered, and get connected to the professional that you need. Also, don't forget, guys, go to facebook.com/Tuttle Talk. Get involved in the conversation and get into the contest. There's all the information is there on the fan page. You're going to see a little promotion station celebration, and you can enter in there and share it, and you get entered into the raffle for all the great prizes. And also, you can text this number. You can text 72727 right now, 72727, and text the word Celebrate 660, all one word, Celebrate 660, and you can get entered into the raffle as well. Maybe you'll win the iPad Mini or the Rangers tickets with all you can eat, or a couple of gift certificates maybe to restaurant.com. So a lot of opportunities there. Hope you get involved. Nick Good is with us, of the Good Home Team, excellent realtor, out really focusing in Collin County. He's been sharing with us some tips for buyers. Nick, I'd like you to quickly give the audience here some tips for sellers, because we know right now, I know from sellers, and I'm sure you hear it a lot more than me, that think, well, since they're selling like hotcakes, I don't have to do much.
Well, you move-in ready homes sell like hotcakes, So, paint's a big one. Curb appeal, another big one. If you're trying to get top dollar and you don't have granite and you're asking $300,000, they're probably going to want granite. So, it's only $2,500 expense. Might as well look into that. And then put away all your clutter. Clutter hides the house. So, everything off the counters. If you need to invest in a stager, we offer that free for us, but if you're going to do it, go ahead and get some staging advice. That's going to be big. It's model homes. New home builders spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on stagers. We can help you with that. So those are the key. And then deferred maintenance. People want to make sure that they're not going to get into a money pit, so that's a big one. Have your roof checked out. Have your hot water and HVAC, heating and air conditioning service before going on the market. That way you can present that to the buyer, and then they can understand that, hey, they're probably getting into a good home.
Right. Absolutely. That's a good words of wisdom, because if you don't do that, you're going to be wondering why your house is sitting on the market for 3 months when everything else is selling around you.
Of course.
So we have a very low inventory market right now. We have, it's less than 2 months now.
Correct? Yeah, right about 1.8.
1.8, guys. And then, so if you don't understand what that means, at the slowest point, we had almost 10 months. I think that was the last time I checked, almost 10 months of inventory, which basically means what? If nobody else put their home on the market, it would take about 8 to 10 months to sell. Now, only 2. That actually becomes a legitimate challenge, because there's not enough homes on the market for people to buy. Now, there's been speculation that there's shadow inventory on the market, coming to the market, and that's going to be a big glut. Matt, what do you have to say about that?
Well, before I comment on that, I would like to say thanks, on behalf of Brandy Dosser, in our McKinney office. She's one of the attorneys there, and Nick's team did a phenomenal job helping her buy a home a while back and out there in McKinney, and she wanted to make sure I told you guys thank you for that. As far as shadow inventory goes, this is a very, very real phenomenon. I mean, this is inventory that the bank is not putting out on the market because they're not comfortable with the way the market is. If you look at other parts of the country, because we do have mainly a national media, that's what fuels everything. These other parts of the country have a tremendous amount of shadow inventory. When I look at Texas, I see almost none, especially in the DFW area, because only a completely, misinformed property management company would recommend to a lender not to put the home on the market right now, because property, you just cannot keep it. I mean, it's flying off the shelves.
Right. And just so you know, shadow inventory is not inventory that is, it's not a one-story house being hidden by a two-story house and it's in the shade.
Right.
It is homes that are either coming up in short sale or slated to be foreclosed upon, et cetera, that are going to be, that banks are in essence holding on to release to the market. Is that probably the easiest way to say that? Or?
Yeah. And it's other parts of the country where the values are down quite a bit. And when values are down and inventory is high, then you don't want to release your massive amounts of property out there because you're going to get less than what you could get for it if you waited until the market rebounded. Here, our market's fine. I mean, we just said 1 to 2 months of inventory. There are states that haven't experienced that in a decade.
Right. And, real quick, Nick, how are you guys handling this low inventory challenge?
We're just telling everybody that, if you were to, fast forward a year, we go back in time, you're going to kick yourself if you're wanting to sell and you miss this. This is the time to do it. If you have the crystal ball, your crystal ball says sell now. So we're just telling everybody we can. We're sending out pieces. We're going back to our old clients and saying, hey, if you were trying to sell last year, the year before, 3 years, and your prices were low, now we can get you the price. You're more than likely get you the price that you're looking for. So give it a go, and I bet you we can get your house sold. Quickly, less than 45 days, close to your list price, and then we'll get you into a new home because interest rates are low, so now's the time to upgrade.
It is the time to upgrade. It's a perfect storm, guys. It's still here. You got to take advantage right now. Interest rates are projected to be going up at the end of this year. There's a lot of reasons that they should be going up. So this is the time. We've got low interest rates. Houses are moving. In 6 to 9 months, those houses are going to they're going to appreciate because of the competitive bid we're in right now, or the environment that we're in right now. It's going to force a little higher appreciation than average. So now is the time. Get involved. Get in the game. Get with Nick Good. You can call us 214-736-9696. We will connect you to him and his team, and he can help you sell that home, or he can help you get into buying a new one. And he's also going to put on the fan page for us his real steal of the week, a listing he's got right now that you got to go see. He's going to put that on the fan page for us. Nick, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Hope you have enjoyed this show, guys. You're listening to Tuttle Talk, and we are out of time yet again. Don't forget to go get your boots on, bootcampaign.com. Support the troops. Post the pictures when you get your boots on to the fan page at facebook.com/Tuttle Talk and wear them the first Friday of every month with us as we support the troops. Also, go to yourmortgagereview.com to get go ahead and fill out a little form there. Find out if it's a good idea to reorganize your financing. Again, free consultation, free copy of your credit report, and a free total cost analysis. So, thank you so much to Matt Aycock, John Allen, our special guest today, Nick Good, and Coach Jimmy. I'd also like to thank Dan Bradford, our production director. That's it for today. This is Andy Tuttle for the Real Estate Radio Network. Remember, go to the fan page, facebook.com/Tuttle Talk, or call us 214-736-9696. We will connect you with the professional that can help. Thanks for listening to Tuttle Talk, where we're making financial intelligence a priority in the community. Have a great weekend.
You've been listening to Tuttle Talk on 660 AM The Answer. You can reach Andy at 214-736-9696. That's 214-736-9696. Or email him, questions@andytuttle.com. Don't forget to become a fan of his show by going to facebook.com/Tuttle Talk. You can also catch previous shows by going to andytuttle.com.